What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 36 now of the My Player Career Mode. We're still at Valencia, and we're still looking to improve on what happened last episode. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch that episode. It was not a good episode in terms of results for ourselves, but not only that, our personal performance was shocking. So today, we're looking to bounce back. We're looking to get back into the form that we know we are capable of. As one of the world's best players, we scored in the World Cup final. We won our country the World Cup. I'm going to say we're a world's best player. I'm sorry, guys, if you don't agree with me, then you don't agree with me. It's fair. But, in my opinion, we're one of the top players in the world. You know, there's not many players out there that can say they've scored in a World Cup final and won the World Cup with their country. So, at the end of the day, I'm saying it. We're also top of the Liga Spanish Giants, or rather the Spanish League, in terms of goals. And the Spanish Giants in Real Madrid are not doing too well themselves. And none of their scorers, rather, are in the top scorers. And Barcelona, not really there either. Messi is close, but he's nowhere near us at the top. So, in terms of that one, I'm calling ourselves the best player. Deal with it, alright? Just deal with it. But you can see, guys, we've got 3 more games in today's episode as I do try to improve on last episode and try and get ourselves a few goals. Not only that, it would be nice to get some wins on the board as well as a team. And the first game here came at the hands of Levante, and the first chance as well came in the 23rd minute of this one. I got a chance early on. I was looking to try and come up the block swinging, took a strike on, went through the defender's leg. I just could not find that bottom corner. You can see, you know, it was fair play. It was a decent effort, you know, in all honesty. Like, finding that bottom corner would have been nice to have. But at the end of the day, it was probably never going to work out as I planned there. But it was a good effort nonetheless. And 29 minutes in, Levante got themselves a chance. I'm not really sure what happened, or rather, we got ourselves a chance. I can't remember. There is a Levante chance that just comes as an absolute just idiotic thing. Or rather, we get ourselves an assist, is what I meant to say there. So, decent. Anyways, a nice little ball through. In the end, it was well finished by Jill, but at the same time, or Gil, however you say his name, I would have liked to have scored myself. Personally, I would have liked to have got the goal that I'm waiting for, because we didn't score last episode. Would have been nice to grab ourselves a goal in this one in the first game. But hey-ho, it is what it is. We'll take the assist, and we'll look at getting a goal later on in the game for ourselves, or try and get one at least. Anyways, nice finish though at the end of that, by the way. 1-1 with the keeper. I've seen my AI miss a lot of those chances, and my teammates miss a lot of those chances as well. So, nice to see them finally put one away. This, however, is the Levante chance that they get, and it could have been a lot more dangerous than it actually was. Poor defensively, they had a lot of time in the area to try and make this chance work, and it did actually have a very good outcome for them. They did get the shot away, but in all honesty, wide of the post, it was never really going to threaten. But the thing is, the way he got in the box there was truly shocking defending. And then this was absolute quality. I was so hoping that that little dink over the keeper was going to go in the back of the net. I then got put off balance by the defender. Couldn't get back to the rebound. Unfortunately, did not have myself my goal. I was gutted because that was such a nice piece of play and the finish would have been absolutely sublime. But in the end, it wasn't to be. And in the 71st minute, I tried to be unselfish as possible, or rather, be as unselfish as possible. And so I could have turned and shot, decided not to do it, played the ball off to a teammate, and he skied his strike over the bar. So I was gutted, to say the least, that we didn't get ourselves a goal in this one, but we managed to pick up 3 points. And at the end of the day, it matters what the team's doing. Yes, it would be nice for me to get goals, and yes, it would be nice for me to have a personal, you know, sort of performance. We've lacked a little bit in the personal side of things in the last 3 games of last episode. Also, the team lacked, I guess, so the fact that the team's got back to winning ways, one half of it's been done. We just need to get back our form we're capable of. We need to score a goal, basically. So we did manage to get one there, but it is what it is, and 3 points is more important, in my opinion, than ourselves. We've got a long sort of gap in terms of goals as to the second place in La Liga, so it looks as if the La Liga Golden Boot is coming our way anyway, regardless of this season. But I said I wanted at least a goal-to-game ratio. It would be quite cool to have that. Right now, I think we're just below a goal-to-game ratio, which isn't too bad. I think we've got or being part of a goal-to-game ratio, as in assists and goals together. But in terms of just pure goals-to-game ratio, we're a little bit behind. So I need to pick up a little bit on that one. But we have a vital or a very important way to do it here in this game against Gijon. And no disrespect to Gijon, I just want to say, you know, when I say that these teams are, you know, sort of easier teams, I mean in FIFA. I don't mean in real life, because obviously, real life, a game of football can go either way. But in FIFA, the game itself, if you're generally the better player, or if you're generally better than the AI, and the teams are a bit different, and one team is better than the other one, chances are the team that's better is probably going to win, apart from when you get FIFA or EA AIDS, as it's known. But you can see, Real Madrid sat down in 5th position. Yes, they are 10 points behind us, who are top of the table. We are 4 points clear of Barcelona in 2nd as well. Real Madrid to be sat 5th, not good for them. So, I mean, Ronaldo, who was the top scorer of La Liga last season, doesn't look as if Real Madrid and himself are doing very well this one. So it's weird, the fact that they are sat all the way down in 5th. You know, we're used to seeing the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid just dominate La Liga, but I suppose it is. You know, sometimes teams end up dropping off and other teams end up picking up, and it could just be... I remember the days when Valencia used to be a good team. Deportivo back in the day when I was younger, and I played LMA Manager 2004, which, by the way, was an incredible game. we used to be quite good. So, you know, teams have dropped off in the past 10 or so years. So it's likely that that's going to happen again in real world football. But we got off to the perfect start in this one. I finally get a goal, and it's one that I'm not normally known for. You know, my heading, not normally known for. Not in real life, not in the game, not at all. But we've got ourselves a goal, and it came with the head. A nice little dink in the area from Nani. I made the run towards the front post. The keeper could not get there. We managed to go 1-0 up. A fantastic little team move. Grabbed ourselves a goal. I'm very happy with that one. We then had ourselves a second goal as well. It came at a throwing up played into me. I managed to take the ball into the area. Nice little, I guess, I don't know, touch inside. I take the strike on. It was a bit greedy in all honesty, but it falls perfectly for Nani in the 6-yard box to smash home and make it Valencia 2, Gijon 0 inside 16 minutes of the game. So first 20 minutes of this one, we were dominating. If you watched my Road to Glory career mode, you would have known we played against Fleetwood Town, and the first 20 minutes of that one, we got dominated in that, and we were 2-0 down. So we managed to come back in that one to 2-2. The chances are I don't want Gijon doing it here, or I'm probably butchering that, by the way. I genuinely apologise, but I don't want it to happen here. And inside the 42nd minute, when they got a corner, I was sort of worried, because if they got a goal back, you know, momentum, if it is in the game or if it is the thing in FIFA, would have kicked in. But thankfully, the header was extremely tame and straight at the hands of Alves. And from that, we countered. And this has to be one of the greatest moves I've ever put together in this series so far. The teamwork alongside this. Yes, I did a long run to get this ball out to the right-hand side, but then he cuts it back inside again. Nice little dink into me. I end up flicking it around the corner there to Nani. Nani takes it back inside to a teammate, and that is just so incredible to see. The passing, I think there was about 6 or 7 passes up until the ball ended up in the back of the net, but the finish is what makes this goal absolutely sublime. What a move. What a move is the least I can say from that one. I mean, the finish, keeper gets a strong hand to it, probably should push the ball out of the goal. Didn't do in the end. We were 3-0 up inside the first half, and that was just such a sublime move from the entirety of the team, not just myself, the team included. It was so good to watch and play, and I'm so happy that it was finished off at the end of it as well. So we managed to go 3-0 up into the break, and nothing else happened in the second half. Very boring second half. It was a very sort of, we were sat back and just tried to get men behind the ball, because at this point we didn't need to, of course, get any more goals. Although it would have been nice for myself to grab myself another goal in this one. Being a striker, you always want to have the ball, and at the end of the day, when you're 3-0 up and you're sitting back, chances are you're probably not going to get that ball if your team are sat back and wanting to defend. But regardless, 3-0, 3 points, a very good performance. We got ourselves a goal, and I'm going to call it an assist, because it was our strike that caused the danger in the area to give Nani his goal for the second one. But that team move just has to stand out as one of the best goals I think I've scored this series in terms of a team play goal. I mean, I've scored some pretty decent bangers in all honesty during the series, but in terms of a team play goal, that has to be up there with the best that I've scored in this series so far. So that, guys, pretty much wrapped up the two games so far. But I got myself back on the score sheet. I felt quietly confident as well, because as I said to you, I want to try and hit that 1 goal to game ratio. So the only way we're going to do that is by scoring goals. And when you've got games against Gijon, again, probably butchered it, and when you're taking on Bilbao, I was not expecting it to go this way in Bilbao. But it's weird because, you know, again, I always associated Bilbao with a team that are quite, you know, all right for a team, and yet they're sat 20th position in La Liga. That's bottom of La Liga. That's mental. So the fact that we took them on, I mean, they've got Inaki Williams, who alone is a beast. I was really unsure what to make of this, because it's one of those games where you're thinking, well, they're sat 20th, this should be quite an easy win. But their team is still pretty good. So it's like they've got a good team, it's just they're not performing as much as Real Madrid are. You know, they're sat in 5th, they've got a really good team. They're not performing either. I mean, you can see Athletic Bilbao's team. There's not really much of a change apart from maybe 3 players in that team where you wouldn't be looking and thinking that they could get at least top 10. So I was a bit surprised to see them sat down in 20th position, and the game started off wonderfully for us. We got on the act here straight away from kickoff. Nice ball out wide to the right-hand side. I then continued my run into the area, I kind of held it here eventually, but then I realised that was going to be a crossing opportunity. It came in, I made my run to the back post, little dink in there, and the keeper comes and does not get before I managed to get my head on the ball. So inside 5 minutes, we were leading by a goal to 0, and again, it came through a header. I'm not known for heading, but I tell you what, if I can keep this up, I'll be happy with that one. So 2 goals in this episode so far for ourselves, both of which have been headers, which is mental to see. But again, I'm surprised in all honesty to see Bilbao struggling the way that they are, sat in 20th position with a team like that. You know, it's really weird to see. Like, it's mental how some teams in this game just struggle, and they've got like pretty much the same team that they would have, or a team that I would believe should be quite good, and yet they just can't do it. And it's really weird because it happens in the Premier League a lot as well when I've been playing on the Leeds United career mode. So it's interesting what's happening in FIFA. I suppose with real world football moving on the way it is, it could well happen in real life as well that Bilbao will be sat in 20th position. But we got ourselves a penalty here. No idea what the defender was thinking when he made the challenge on Nani. Arguable, you know, it could have been given as a free kick, but in the end it was a penalty kick, and we would be actually taking it. DeMarcus was booked for the foul. No idea, as I say, what he was attempting to do from this one. It was a really sloppy tackle from Oscar De Marcos. He had no right to even attempt to go for that wing. When he went straight through Nani's back, I mean, come on, it's just a stupid challenge to make. We step up with the penalty kick, go to the right-hand side, and absolutely bang it into the corner. So 2-0 up in the game, 2 goals for myself as well. 5 out of 5 goals from the penalty spot as well. So we get ourselves an extra bonus in terms of achievements and attributes upgraded there. So pretty decent in honesty, and we're actually close to hitting 87 overall as well, which would be very good to hit and make sure that we are just, I guess, solidifying our, what I want to call it, our position of, I guess, the best player in the world. But I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it because, you know, there's still a long way to go in the series, and there's possibly still a few players we've got to overturn. But I'm going to say right now, I personally think we are top 10. We are top 10 in terms of the best players in the world. You can disagree with me, but in my opinion, there isn't anybody else out there with the goal scoring record like us, and there isn't anybody out there with the overall like us with the goal scoring record. So I'm going to say, personally, I feel as though we're top 10, and it just solidifies it when you get a third goal and get a hat-trick inside the first 30 minutes of a game. When they make 2 mistakes, sloppy mistakes defensively, at this point Bilbao's head went down, and this just probably shows why they are set in 20th position. You cannot afford to make mistakes like that, especially when I'm pouncing the way I am. 2 mistakes, you can say it probably should have been given as a foul there, arguable, but I tell you what, the referee gave me the advantage, and he made sure that I did not miss the target by going through and sliding that one home. He gave me the benefit of the doubt, I took advantage of it, so pretty decent in my opinion. 3 goals inside 30 minutes, hat-trick, again, solidifying our position as the top 10 player in the world. I had 1 chance towards the back end of the game, which you can see there, ended up putting wide, and that was the 90th minute whistle. So, picking up another 3 points in the league, a hat-trick for myself as well, so getting eventually 4 goals out of the 3 games in today's episode. I guess it's a nice way to get back to form in the end with the match ball coming home with 6 shots on the day, but a few of those were a bit and I didn't really want to show you them. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of the My Player Career Mode. If you have, smash that like button. I am looking at doing a schedule because we are continuing the Career Mode episodes and going past 100, so I have to think of a schedule to run alongside the 4 series we've got going on the channel, which is mental. But hopefully you've enjoyed, and I will catch you all in another video. Actually, guys, if we could hit this video to 15 likes, that would be greatly appreciated. But now I'm going to say I will catch you all in another video very soon, hopefully tomorrow, and I'll catch you all then. Adios!